Hello everybody, it's me, Alexander Turnnbull from René, Paris and Aderans. Today I'm with Rory from the Orchid Collection. This delicious colour is Creamy Dolce. Just take Rory off here a second. So we've had some requests with Rory to do some styling on her. We do try to as much styling as possible on lots of things that you guys request, so please always send in your requests because we love to hear them. So I'm going to do some styling on Rory today, and I'm going to style Rory's in 3 different ways. I want to definitely work with it down and not do too much for the first look, because I just love this wave pattern as is, doesn't really need a lot doing. So all I'm doing this first look is just bringing her kind of back to life and bringing her curl back to life a little bit. So for that I'm going to use the Revive from ROP, René Paris, our wet range. And all our products, ladies and gentlemen, are designed to work alongside our wigs. I'm just going to sweep that fringe over a little bit, and you see that working with my fingers. I'm going to leave that for the Revive. So that is look number 1, and that is Rory down, and that is just her fresh from the box. So let me take her around. See that? Got all the curl pattern sitting in there. The Creamy Dolce colour looks gorgeous. I've just taken that fringe across to the side a little bit, which I think looks lovely. So that's look number 1, and that's Rory down with a sideward fringe. So for look number 2, we are going to need 2 of these wooden cocktail sticks. So I'm going to put those to the side. Hair elastic. So I'm just going to put that one around my wrist. Bobby pins of a colour blonde. So they're blonde, goldish ones. So you see against the hair, doesn't show up, say, as much as a black one would, where it really shows up. So, we're using colour appropriate grips here as well. Okay, so stick around like this. So you're turning it right round it upon itself, but right towards the end, look like this, and then take it round. And you see, it kind of gives you this nice wrapped effect. But I'm just going to take that one and just leave that stick just like this for now. So then that side sits like so, and then that's how it's looking from the back. And that stick can just rest nicely onto the neck. And then we come for a second stick. And then over, the same as what we did before. Take the stick down, over, and just when you come in, you might want to make sure if it feels it's going a bit too tight, then take the stick out and rework it, because the idea of these hairstyles is not to be too tight. If it's too tight, then it just won't look quite as fashionable. Really tight, overdone hair is not really that current at the moment. Okay, so then you have that twist from that side. So when you look from the front, you can see we've got both sides twisted back. Then when you look from the back, we've both sides twisted in like so. Now, okay, so remember this is just a half up, half down. So what I want you to do now is with the sticks, put the sticks across one another like so, okay, and then just gather this hair with your hands, remove the sticks, and then remember the hair elastic which I put on my wrist. Well, then I'm just going to get that hair elastic, double it over, double it over, double it over, and just move a little bit of that hair. So we have a little bit of hair coming down for our half up, half down, and then nicely take this in. Then what you can do, ladies and gents, with a few of these finer pins is just to neatly tuck this area in. So we're just tucking in areas where we need extra security. And when I mean extra security, just you just want to make sure it's nice and firm. So there, ladies and gents, is our half up, half down. Let me just take her off the stand a little bit. So we've taken sides back, lay this down like this, like so, and then we can leave a little bit of hair down, which looks really nice. That's a really pretty style on Rory, and that's a little half up, half down. Now, if you wish, you could take all of that up if you wanted. Now, what you would do, just to give you a demonstration, is just with those final bits of hair, is just tuck them into the roll which you created with the sticks. So it would sit something like this. Nice, easy, achievable, wearable hair. And as well, it's nothing too tight. So, when you are working with wigs, you don't want to really over tighten the hairstyles because you don't want to damage the fibres or damage the cap. So I tend to work nice and loose. Not too much, not really over the product. All the only products I ever use with wigs are things that we know that can work, like the Bosley MD and the ROP. So that just gives you an idea if you wanted to take the whole hairstyle up. So what you could do is remove that and then start breaking that up. Okay, so now let's go into look number 3. I'm going to take the scrunchie and I'm going to take a nice big chunky section with my fingers like this, look, like so. First off, I'm going to put our scrunchie in as the basis of the up style. Don't need those for now, so just leave those out of the way. So we have that little pony. With this section across here, I'm just literally grabbing the hair nice and simple. Nice and simple. See, like I twist that so it becomes like a bit of a roped piece of hair. So that hair itself becomes quite strong to be able to hold the section in place when you put in the bobby pin. Now, if you notice what I'm doing here, I'm leaving these ends out because it's nice and pretty. Now, if you notice, the actual grip I'm using here is like a medium brown. Now that is because it's a rooted colour. So the actual colour itself, okay, the colour itself at the root is darker. That's why I'm using a darker grip there. Okay, so now you can see the back is put away. We're going to put a lovely, pretty bow with the scrunchie. And now, this is a little trick. See how I like getting that piece of hair? And you just push that up, look. Push that hair up, and you can grip all that in. So we get one of those really lovely, kind of messy, but not a mess, kind of up style. It's time to come together really nicely. So when you're doing things, styling hair loosely, keep the word loose in your mind. Because if you start putting in, too firm sections or too tight sections, it will look very tight. It just will. So approach the hair exactly as you want it to look. If you want it to look soft, be soft when you touch the hair. Be soft when you're doing it. If you want it to look more structured and more tight, then do that kind of work. Start with the very clean ponytails and have all the products ready to make it really clean, and work it that way. Just working with these nice fine pins So I've got the bit of detail coming in. I've got the bow in there, which looks fantastic. And then I'm just looking at her from the front for balance. And what I'm going to do, as you guys can see, that style coming together. Tilt her back a little bit. And this hairstyle is so easy to do just before, you know, a night out or a day out or whatever. Very easy to achieve and to wear, and just really kind of dresses it up a little bit with that scrunchie. And just coming to the final look on Rory, which was this gorgeous style, which is very romantic with the bow put in there, which I just think looks great. You know, you could do this hairstyle with or without the bow. I think she looks fantastic. So that's Rory, with 3 looks on Rory, and that's in Creamy Dolce, which I just think is a gorgeous colour. So Rory is from the Orchid Collection. So yeah, let us know if you're going to give any of those styles a try, and if you do, send us in your pictures or, you know, anything that you have, we'd love to see. And today you've been watching me. I'm Alexander Turnnbull from René, Paris and Aderans, and always remember to follow us on all forms of social media, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for tuning in. Bye bye.